Did the animators really miss this? I mean, they gave her eyes when we know she doesn't have eyes in the first place. Dude. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we're looking at the Loud House. And guys, there's some animation errors, mistakes, editing, whatever you want to call it. They've just slipped through somehow. And today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at that. You know, the Loud House is on Nickelodeon. And you know, no show is perfect. And even with these new season, the new season 4 of the Loud House, whatever it is, the new episodes, there's still a lot of animation errors in them. And I took my time, I went through a lot of them, and I found them out for you guys. So today, guys, we're going to be looking at the mistakes in the Loud House. And let's just go on to number 5. And guys, it's going to kind of shock you. Just pay attention.
Who wants to check out the campus store?
I'm so down for that.
Have fun!
Now, the animation error in this clip is actually pretty hard to see just because there's so many characters on screen. But pay attention to Lincoln Loud. He's holding nothing. And then in the next scene, he's literally holding a camera that Ronnie Ann just had. Like, it literally makes no sense. The animators must have forgot to give him the camera. Because where would he hide the camera? It's not in his pocket. It's on Ronnie Ann's neck. So somewhere along the storyboarding, the animators slipped through. They just made a mistake to give Lincoln the camera instead of Ronnie. They switched characters by accident. The animators did not mean to do this. And, you know, it's kind of shocking. How does that happen? You know, it's almost kind of magical. You know, I didn't know there was magic in the Loud House. Well, there probably is. There's episodes with magicians and whatever. But I didn't know that things can just disappear and then reappear just like that. It doesn't make sense, dude. It doesn't make sense. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking, well, Calobi, you know, that was kind of a minor error. That wasn't really that crazy, but it still is kind of an error just because he was holding his hand. And, you know, you're right. This is kind of a minor one. So let's just go ahead and go on to number 4, which is, you know, kind of crazy.
Dang it.
Alright, for this one, it's going to be really difficult to find what the mistake is. And in fact, this is kind of a technical error. But, you know, I might even have to replay this animation error for you guys just because it's kind of hard to see this one. And if you're not paying attention to every single detail, you're not going to find these. Animation errors are pretty hard to find. But guys, pay attention to the teacher. That's the hint I'm going to drop. I'm going to tell you what the mistake is right now. But just pay attention to the teacher. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. Look at her belt, right? There's 4 thingamajigs on her belt. Now, this is a problem. This is definitely a problem because in the second scene, you know, it disappears. But I haven't shown it yet. I haven't shown you the area. But I'm just telling you to pay attention. I'm giving you a heads up. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and replay the clip one more time for everyone just to make sure they've seen this scene enough times. I'm going to give you the benefit of...
Dang it.
Alright, guys, we're going to zoom in. She has 1, 2, 3, 4 of these things on, right? Nothing wrong here. Nothing wrong here. However, when we go to the next scene, when she comes through the window, it's all gone. It's literally all gone. Now, you're probably saying, well, that's the angle. No, you're wrong. It's gone. We should have seen it when she flipped. We should have seen at least one of them. It just showed nothing, and that's an animation error.
Need me to open a jar or something? Actually, we thought your team might like to order some cookies.
Now, this is one of the easiest ones on the list, and this is one of the biggest errors actually on the list. So I'm going to be surprised if no one found the animation error in this. Lincoln's looking normal, Lynn's looking normal, Clyde, everybody looking normal, right? But guys, what are they holding? What is the theme? What is something that you can eat here? It's the cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then when we switch to the next frame, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, hold on. I can't even count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's moving. The clips are moving too fast. But the cookies change positions, and they also change numbers. That's the animation error. I'm sorry. I'm not good at math. How many of you guys hate math? No, but seriously, guys. The cookies change directions. They also change numbers instantly in the episode. That's a huge mistake. How did they mess up? You know, I thought, you know, this was Flash animation. This usually doesn't happen in Flash where they just mess up numbers like that, but I guess they did. Let's go on to number 2.
You guys seen the one that makes you breathe fire? Yeah! Hey!
Alright guys, for this animation error, it's actually kind of technical, and you're going to see what I mean in a minute, because it's not your traditional animation error where eyes are missing, noses are missing, they duplicated the character, or they forgot to draw this, they forgot to do this. Guys, this animation error is so technical that I might actually even be wrong on what the animation error is. But to give you some context on the episode, you know, some kid, you know, squirted ketchup on Lynn's face, obviously. But guys, pay attention to her freckles. This is what the animation error is. She has 6 freckles on her face, but when she gets splatted with the ketchup, they're all gone. Now, I know you guys are saying, well, Calobi, the ketchup is clearly covering her freckles, dude. This is dumb. This is obvious. Well, are you right? I don't really, you know, when I was watching the episode, shouldn't we at least be able to see a tiny piece of the freckles? You know what I mean? Like, you know, maybe I'm wrong on this. You know what? Since I'm wrong on this, I'm just going to go on to the next one. But I feel like we should have been able to see maybe, I don't know. Let me just give you guys a bonus one since that one was really so bad.
Tip doll.
Luna Loud and Sam. Wow. Okay, guys, so the animation error in this is actually crazy because here's why. Here's why I say this, guys. This animation error has to do with freckles as well. I know what you're thinking. What freckles? What are you talking about, Calobi? Well, did you know that Luna Loud has freckles? Yes, Luna Loud has freckles, and she doesn't have any freckles when she turns her back. I had to zoom in a lot to see this, and she literally has no freckles here. Sam doesn't have any because she literally has none, but Luna is supposed to have freckles on the right side of her face and the left side, and we don't see any here. This is actually an error. Not like the Lin one. This is actually a legitimate mistake, guys. Because look on screen right now, I just showed you a clip of Luna Loud with freckles on each side of her cheek. And when we turn it around and they go in and blah, 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 we don't see it. You have to zoom in to see it. And did the animators just decide not to draw it in, or did they forget? I think they forgot. Again, just because this is like a flashy type of animation, it's not Flash literally animated, but it is kind of a flashy 2D cartoony thing, so it's easier, but I guess they just made a mistake. Let's go on to number 1.
Listen to you. You broke her?
If you're a Lola fan and you have not seen this era, I am surprised. I really am. She's supposed to have a crown on her head or some kind of head equipment thing on her head, right, guys? And, you know, she doesn't have it on here, and that's shocking. You know, why is that? Why doesn't she have it on? You know, this is very concerning. I don't really know why she doesn't have that thing on. I'm just trying to figure out, and you know, in the episode, she had it on before, she didn't take it off. So this is probably a mistake, guys. I don't know what to say, man. I mean, you know, the animators are just forgetting to draw things in. They're slipping up. They're, you know, angles. Some of you guys are going to say, well, Calobi, that's the angle, but not really, dude. You should, you know, angles, even though something is covering something, you should still be able to see it. But what did you guys think of this list? Did you guys find some of these errors? What is your favorite Loud House character? I haven't asked you guys this in a long time. What is your favorite character? You better not say Lincoln Loud, because I know a lot of people are going to say Lincoln Loud. But what about the sisters? You know, which is your favorite sister, you know? I mean, if Lincoln Loud's your favorite character, go ahead and say him. But, you know, what about Lori, Lenny, Lynn, you know? There's a lot of characters on the show. And, you know, who's your favorite character? So, guys, I think this is the end of the video. And, you know, we're at the end. So, thank you guys for watching. Now, guys, I made a cartoon rap battle. 2 of them. Mario versus Sonic X, or EXE.
Mario the plumber ain't got no bling.
You guys don't want to miss this. You guys should just look at my channel. Mario versus Sonic EXE. Yes, I call him EXE. And we also, you know, Calobi versus Verbal. You know, I haven't talked to you guys in a while. And, you know, here I am updating you guys on what happened. So, you guys, you know, this was a beatbox rap battle, whatever you want to call it, parody thingamajig. And, you know, you guys are saying, you know, that was crazy, you know. But some people were saying, you know, that was it. You know, that was underwhelming. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, man. But, you know, it is what it is, you know. The animation was on point, though. Let's be honest here. And the beatboxing was obviously on point as well. But, you know, guys, check this rap battle out if you've not seen it. I know some of you guys have not seen all these rap battles, these new ones. But, yes, guys, it was supposed to be the final, or, you know, rap battle that I said. But, you know, I decided that I'm just going to continue the series. But it's going to be very, very different. I don't know if you've noticed that the style of cartoon rap battles have changed drastically. They're a lot shorter now. They have a lot more clean, precise animation. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. But before we go on, guys, let me just give a shout out to somebody who did some fan art. You know, I was made aware of this, you know. I think this was on Twitter. You know, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's crazy that it looks so awesome. So shout out to whoever did that. You know, the drawing, you know, the tag is on screen. But that's crazy, man. They made me look kind of fresh there, you know. They made me look kind of clean. But, you know, guys, you know, this made me beg the question as to, you know, should I do a face reveal? Have you guys noticed that I've never done a face reveal? I was sitting down today, you know, sipping on some milk, sipping on some water and orange juice. I was just thinking today, you know, I've never done a face reveal. Probably out of fear. Who knows? You know, I don't look like handsome Squidward, okay? I really don't. But, you know, I was wondering because, you know, all these, you know, cartoon YouTubers, you know, Velisky Bum, You know, I call him Veilskabum, you know, the round, you know, all these guys, you know, they have their face shown, you know, people know what they look like. You know, should I do that? Should I not? You know, I'm insecure. I don't look like handsome Squidward, but I'm thinking maybe this year, maybe I might show who Calobi is, man. I don't know, man. All right, really quick before I go, guys, we're going to have a plush out, a toy out for the announcer in the future, this year probably. I'm working on it, you know, when I find time to do so. But I know you guys are probably thinking, well, Calobi, isn't that like a ripoff of Tumble or something? Isn't this a ripoff of that character? No, guys, no. No. If anything, it looks like VeggieTales characters. I mean, there's a lot of variety. There's a lot of characters that have a circle. So I don't understand why people say, oh, this character, you know, is it traced or is it a ripoff? No, guys, it's literally a rock. I came up with the idea. I slapped on an ice cream sandwich on his head. Gave him some shoes and a wing and shades. It's not a ripoff or whatever. But there's going to be a merch out, so look forward to that this year possibly when I find time to do so.